The theme for the 2018 annual meeting of AERA is the dreams, possibilities, and necessity of public education. The dreams of public education are to make it possible for people who differ from one another to learn to live together in civilized ways, to learn and profit from their differences, to create societies in which those differences can make great achievements. But we also know that in our own country and around the world, the dream of public education has often fallen short. That is, we've not been able to create the kind of education for every young person that we dream of. The theme for the annual meeting was inspired by the political environment and this political and social realities that we see around us, not only in our own country but around the world, but also the site of the annual meeting, New York, as a place in which segregation has been enormous, in which multiple peoples have strived to live together, and in which the problems of public education have a long history, some of it very difficult and some of it to inspire new dreams for the future. One of the reasons this theme is so timely is because of the debates we see around us about public education, about school choice, about vouchers, about policies related to teacher preparation, about testing, about accountability. We hope that with this year's theme there'll be an opportunity to think in expansive ways, both about what those challenges and battles have looked like, what they look like now, and what it would mean to think differently about them and to work in different ways going forward. All the different fields within AERA all have something to say about the struggle for public education and can add to our understanding about what it would mean both to understand why it's been difficult to achieve, but also renew our hopes and our striving for its achievement. So there are those who study the patterns of inequality in our schools, there are those who study teachers and teaching, people who study the relationship between communities and education, people who study the relationships between the broader environments in which education takes place. There are all these fields within the American Educational Research Association through which scholars and, in fact, practitioners of education will be able to bring their analyses, their thoughts, their dreams into the space that will enable us to hear different kinds of perspectives on our theme. We're really hoping that this year's theme will also inspire members of our community to think creatively and imaginatively about the kinds of submissions that they propose. We're hoping for people to think of different kinds of sessions in which there's actual debate and dialogue, performances, exhibits, a variety of forms of representation that can help us all learn in the meeting. We hope that the theme will create a mechanism by which the kinds of work that people who participate in AERA do will become more usable, not only by others within our fields, other researchers and scholars, but that we'll find new ways to express the kinds of work and the kinds of analyses that are done by people in our field to be available for policymakers, for people who work in the worlds of practice, for families and communities.